feeling anything.
Oh, this is where all the cold air is, isn't
Oh,
it?
she's hunting. Oh, she's
Oh
hunting.
shit.
Get into
Oh,
the
I'm
bathroom.
dead. Oh my god. She's hunting.
Oh,
I have
oh,
enough.
oh, it got me. Run, run, guys, run!
Ah, she's ugly.
She's in the bathroom, baby.
Oh, I got a 4.
Greetings gamers, Nexus here, and in this video I'll be giving a comprehensive guide to all the ghost hunters out there playing connected games wonderful yet scary game Phasmophobia. Phasmophobia is a psychological horror game where you and a team of other players visit different locations in search of paranormal activity in hopes of finding ghosts and maybe take a picture of them while doing so without being killed. The game heavily relies on teamwork and communication, so having a microphone is essential not only because you can use it to talk to other teammates, but also to communicate with the ghosts in the game. Yes, the game uses voice recognition, and having a mic greatly improves the experience, so consider that tip number one in this guide. Are you old? She responded.
Over the voice box.
Yep. Tools are the most important thing in this game, and without the proper tools, finding and identifying the ghosts can be really hard. The game can overwhelm you with different tools. Some are pretty useful, while others are situational. I'm going to show you the best loadout that will help you pin down the ghosts more consistently. But before we begin, I must point out that the larger maps, High School and Asylum, might be fun the first time around. Subsequent playthroughs may not be as enjoyable because of the sheer size of the map. You will be spending the majority of the time tracking down the ghost location, and investing so much time only to die afterwards can be quite a brutal experience, especially when you're taking the more harder professional contracts. The smaller maps I found are more fun to play long term and easier to complete objectives wise. So this whole guide will go forward with that in mind. Alright, so what do you do when you first start a mission? Note that the mission won't actually start until you open the truck doors, especially if you're playing on intermediate or amateur difficulty. So take your time to read the objectives on the whiteboard along with the ghost's name, and also note if the ghost responds to everyone or players who are alone. So as soon as the mission starts, your sole primary objective is to track down which area the ghost is residing in, and for that you'll need tools. The first and most important tool that you should always have in your arsenal is the thermometer. This tool makes it very easy to quickly find where the ghost preferred area is, or as I like to call it, the ghost room. All ghosts react to the thermometer, and your job is to find whichever area gives a reading of 12 degrees Celsius or below, and in case of Fahrenheit, below 50 degrees Fahrenheit. After the thermometer, the EMF reader is your best friend, as it can detect the area where the ghost is and also which parts of the map the ghost has interacted with. I totally forgot about the flashlight. You definitely don't want to go in the dark, do you? There are two versions of the flashlight, but the strong flashlight is much better and totally worth the cost to buy. Although you will still do fine with the regular one, so it's up to you. If you have the cash to spare, then I would definitely recommend picking up the strong flashlight. And after you've located the ghost preferred area or the ghost room, it's time to set up shop. That means bringing different equipment to interact with the ghost. Okay, so I always have the writing book on me, and as soon as I get cold temperatures on the thermometer, I throw the book down in the area that had the lowest reading. The next objective is to put video cameras in the hotspot and try your best to get full coverage of the whole area. After that, use the spirit box to see if the ghost will speak. So if it's a ghost that responds to everyone, then you can try to communicate with teammates around. But if it's the kind of ghost that doesn't and only responds to people who are alone, then one brave soul has to stay in the room while the others can go out and close the door. Note that your teammates do not need to leave the house for it to work. They just need to leave the ghost room and you should be good. To talk to the ghost, Equip the spirit box, activate it by right-clicking. Once the radio statics starts to emit, hold down the B button or whatever button that has been assigned to the global voice chat and ask the ghost questions. You do not need to call the ghost by its name. You can ask the questions directly. The two questions that have worked for me are where are you and how old are you? If it's a talking ghost, then as soon as you ask those questions, the ghost will hopefully reply through the device. After that, go back to the truck to check out the video cameras to see if you can find a ghost orb. Ghost orbs look like little fireflies moving around the room. They can be hard to miss at times, but to maximize your chances of spotting a ghost orb, make sure that the lights are turned off in that room and that you are using the night vision mode when using the cameras. Once that is done, take the two crucifixes and head towards the ghost room. Crucifixes prevent the ghost from going into hunt mode, and they have a 3-meter effect radius, so visualize the AoE in your mind and try to put the crucifixes around the room to cover as much of it as possible. If it's a bigger room, then try to cover the area that had the lowest temperature readings. Getting fingerprints is a hit and miss, but the best tool is by far the UV light. Fingerprints can be commonly found on doors, windows, and light switches, although people have claimed that it can be found on lampposts and other parts of the house as well, though I've never seen one myself, but it never hurts to try. Ghostwriting is achieved by placing the book in the ghost room, and it may take a while for it to appear. My method is to place a book in the ghost room and just keep checking it every now and then. The ghost may not write in front of you at times, so just simply leave the area and come back to see if you got anything. Okay, so now you know how to effectively identify the ghost using these different tools. Let's talk about how to complete the different objectives of each mission. So the objectives that you get are generated at random from a set pool with the first objective always being constant, which is to figure out what kind of ghost you're dealing with. The other objectives may include taking a photo of the ghost, taking a photo of dirty water. Now this is RNG based, but basically you get dirty water in a sink when a ghost goes near it. You don't have to turn the sink on yourself, as you'll automatically get dirty water if the conditions are met. Prevent the ghost from hunting by using a crucifix. This happens when the ghost goes into hunting mode, and if it is in the radius of a crucifix, then the hunt will end immediately. I noticed that if the lights start to flash and then immediately go back to normal, it usually means the crucifix worked. Do note that you can only cancel a hunt twice in one game, and also the crucifix has to be used proactively rather than reactively. Cleansing the area with the smudge sticks. To complete these objectives, you need 2 items, the smudge sticks and a lighter. Hold the smudge sticks whilst having the lighter in your inventory and press the F button on your keyboard. Smoke should start to appear from the ghost burrito, and proceed to take a quick lap across the ghost room, and it should clear the objective. Doing it in the ghost room yields the best results. Getting an EMF is pretty easy. You just have to have the EMF equipped, and as soon as you get a reading above 1, the objective should be complete. Getting a reading of 10 degrees Celsius or 50 degrees Fahrenheit using the thermometer is quite easy and self-explanatory. Having one of your teammates witness a ghost event is a bit different. A ghost event can be several different things, such as witnessing the ghost firsthand or getting involved in a hunt, to much subtler things like witnessing the ghost move objects around. This objective should be completed naturally while doing the mission. And lastly, detecting a ghost using a motion sensor. This is easy if you know what you're doing, and it requires the motion sensor to complete. So if you have a motion sensor, just put it somewhere inside the ghost room but make sure you put it at a lower position to the ground, as the motion sensor will not register the ghost's presence if you have installed it somewhere higher than the ghost's hitbox. The reward for completing all objectives is getting cash, which can be spent in the shop to purchase more equipments. Aside from completing main objectives, there are other things you can do to get money as well, which are as follows. Taking a photo of the ouija board. The ouija board does not spawn on every map, but when it does, it's a good chance to take a photo. Taking the photo of the bone and also picking it up. Taking a photo of the EMF reader when it's level 5. Taking photos of footprints and handprints that are discovered by using the UV lights or the glow sticks. Taking a photo of the book if the ghost has written on it. Throwing a voodoo doll and taking a picture if the voodoo doll teleports and returns back to its original position when it hits the ground. All of these are optional objectives, but completing them will mean a higher payout in the end. That's it for this comprehensive guide to Phasmophobia. I hope this video helps my fellow ghost hunters out. I know there are some things that I couldn't cover in this video, but my main goal here was to make it short and to the point so you can quickly get up to speed with the game's mechanics. Like this video, subscribe and share it with your friends and family. It really helps the channel out. And if you want to watch me play games live, then head on over to my Twitch channel and follow me there as well. Safe hunting, gamers. Godspeed.